all is said and done, for every platformer, driving game, strategy romp, and RPG, there was at least one first-person shooter release for the Xbox. This continues to hold true as Microsoft's first ever video game console is slowly sent out to pasture. The latest example is Warpath, a somewhat unique, though ultimately drab shooter. Three races are vying for control of the resource-rich planet of Kaladi. You must choose from either the Kovos, the Am, or the Human Coalition and provide for your people by wiping the other two races from the solar system. What this ultimately boils down to is a series of team-based battles for items called cams that will upgrade your weapons and give you an advantage in future battles. Warpath also includes a touch of strategy. The battlefield is designated by a hex-based grid, which outlines the 16 areas that you'll have to attack, defend, and take over in order to accomplish your goal of total domination. You'll begin the game with 5 areas under your control, and then it's your job to strategically branch out and control the map by taking enemy strength and weaponry into consideration. There are 4 different types of battles that you'll take part in, though all of them fall on their face where ingenuity is concerned. You get the typical deathmatch, team deathmatch, and capture the flag, along with frontline assault, which is just a new name for the onslaught mode from Unreal Tournament series. There are 6 different weapons that will become unlocked throughout the game, including the default hand-to-hand weapon, the Vibroblade. The total weapons loadout includes the plasma gun, the machine gun, the shotgun, sniper rifle, rocket launcher, and grenade launcher. You'll also have access to 3 different vehicles, though they play a very minor role in the single-player campaign. But you can also play Warpath online where the vehicles have a much bigger impact on the game. Then again, none of them can leave the ground for unrestricted flight. And if you want to play with friends on one television, forget it. There's Xbox Live, LAN play, and that's it. Warpath is the Johnny-come-lately of Xbox shooters. It's packed with options, but none of them are especially unique. And the grid-based system injects the game with far less strategy than you'd think. Warpath, despite all the weapon upgrading and strategy, is incredibly repetitive. Aside from the setup, the story is basically non-existent, and each area that you must control can be memorized in a matter of minutes. Though there are 4 different match types, each one feels fundamentally the same, meaning if you kill the enemy every chance you get, you'll win. When playing the single-player mode, your team is filled with computer-controlled bots of questionable intelligence. On anything but the highest setting, they're absolute morons. The vehicles are basically a waste of time in the single-player option because the areas are so small and they're a pain to control anyway. And good luck finding an online game, as there's no one playing Warpath. After playing Halo 2 for the past 2 years, games like Warpath are irrelevant. It's not a particularly terrible game, but it's such an amalgamation of other people's ideas that it never manages to carve out its own niche. The story only exists on paper, the gameplay is repetitive, and it's lacking in features. If you're smart, you'll keep clear of this path to war.